And then don't forget also the IRS. When the rich person, the IRS wants to go after them, they don't have the money to go after them. So the IRS can commit a lot of different types of fraud. The wealthy can commit all different types of fraud. And the IRS doesn't have the power to go after them. Did you know that 99% of the cases which IRS collects from are the bottom 1%? They almost always go after the poor people at the bottom. And the reason why is they're the people that can't defend themselves. So even the IRS will not do their jobs. The people that are hiding something like $1 million in taxes, they don't get audited. But the guy at the bottom who doesn't even know how to file any tax paperwork because he has a disability or something, no, he's railroaded. He has to live in a tent, and the IRS takes every paycheck he ever makes again, all because he's defenseless, and there's no system to protect him anymore. There's no attorneys looking to help these people. I mean, just look at me. I've had my organs destroyed. I've had my Social Security stolen. I've had Social Security lied to and manipulated in certain ways. I've had my body destroyed. I've had my apartment taken away. I've had deals be broken. I mean, I've literally just had malpractice a bunch of times. Yet there's been no justice for me. No, not at all. I mean, I've had so much. And so a lot of this is on camera, too. I'm not even kidding. On camera, I had a seizure. About 15 minutes later, after customers were being brought back to laugh at me by my coworker, a police officer came to the scene. Now, I was unconscious just coming to, but he started just kind of rolling me over and stuff, and all I could say was I just had a seizure while mumbling, which he did hear, and he said, "What did you say? You just had a seizure?" I said, "Yeah." Then he said he was going to walk me out the front, which I said that was a bad idea. There's a door right there, which then he dragged me and a second seizure induced. This was all on camera. Do you think anybody made that right by me? Do you think that the scars inside my body, I mean, my back still hurts, my knee still hurts, I still have a swollen GI, all that might have been done to me because a police department decided they wanted to drag an employee across the floor on camera while in uniform after a seizure, with witnesses everywhere. They even sent me some paperwork about a lawyer who I called and called and called, but the way it's designed is definitely not to help people who just had a seizure and can barely talk or barely move and can't drive. I mean, I can't drive because my body was destroyed. I will never be able to drive a car, not because I was born with some disease, no, because people decided they wanted to destroy my body and I was a defenseless child. That's wrong. Nobody wants to do their jobs anymore. Nobody. Not the police department, not the judges, not the doctors, not the nurses, not the gas station attendants, not the Department of Health and Human Services. I've even had some trouble with attorneys not wanting to do their job anymore. Even the president doesn't want to do his job anymore. Even Congress doesn't want to do their job anymore. I seem to be the only person that truly believes in doing their job no matter how much they get paid. If I'm going to do a job, I'm going to do it right. I don't even care if I get paid 30 cents. If I'm going to do a job, I'm going to do my ability to do it right. Even if I'm injured and I'm bleeding and one of my testicles is about to fall out of my body, I'm going to do my job right. Now, if a doctor gives me paperwork saying I'm injured and I no longer can work, or if Social Security pays my rent and I can lower my hours while injured, that's what's supposed to happen. But that's only when people do their job. If I get hit by a car and lose my left arm, I will need people to do their jobs before I can leave work. If I only have one arm, I'm going to need a paper that says I only have one arm and I can't work. If the doctors don't wish to give me that paper, if people do not wish to get me to the hospital, if people do not wish to do any part of this, then I am left to work with one arm off of Social Security. And that is that simple. And there's a lot of people being left behind who are disabled. I mean, they'll pay out wealthy people too. My father was well off. He got paid $980 for multiple years, all the way until I was 19. But the minute I was 19, crippled, living in the woods, crawling around like a baby, having seizures every day, the state had no interest in paying me because I was now a poor person. He was rich. My adopted father was rich, so the state had no problem giving him money quickly. He had an attorney, he was wealthy, he already had multiple houses and multiple cars. So he got my Social Security paid out like this. Now, me, I've fallen, had my skull broken open from my disabilities. I can't even move my arms properly. I can't move my legs properly. I'm peeing black. My testicles have swollen and filled with blood. My intestines don't work right. My prostate doesn't work right. My heart doesn't work right. My lungs don't work right. Yet I'm still not on Social Security, and I'm working 13-hour shifts, and I'm going to the emergency room right after those 13-hour shifts thanks to my disabilities. And the Disability Act doesn't count for nothing anymore.